you got Coach Zoe here, and this is our 10-minute full body stretch. Start at the end of your mat. Let's inhale, reach up overhead, sitting nice and tall. So I'll face you here. And we're gonna grab one side, one wrist, the other. And we're gonna take a nice long side bend. Notice I'm not crunching. Keeping my weight even in both feet. And we'll switch. Good, now clasp your fingers, palms up to the ceiling. Let's look a little higher. Make sure you're drawing your belly in. Good, and now let's keep it dynamic. So grab one wrist, pull away, bend to the other side as far as you can. Take it over to the other. One more time on each. Good, palms up again. Reach as high as you can for 3, 2, 1, and palms behind the head. We're gonna close the chest off. Bringing those elbows together. And then we're gonna open up and open the chest, looking up at the ceiling. Again, drawing that belly in to keep our shoulders behind the hips without dropping the hips down. And close that chest off. And open the chest now. So we're opening up the back and the shoulders when we close. We're opening up the chest when we open. Again. And open. From here, let's sit up nice and tall. Keep those hands on your head. Draw the elbows together behind you. And we're just going to go side to side, bringing that elbow down to the rib cage. Good. All right, from here, let's reach up overhead. We're going to take right arm circle down and then switch left arm circle down. So we're going backwards with our arm circles, specifically because we spend so much time rounding the shoulders forward. Okay, now keep up with me. We're going to go, one goes forward and one goes back. So we're going to go in this direction for 3, 2, 1. It's going to feel a little silly. Really, really big. And switch directions. So 1, 2, 3, follow it through. Good, both arms overhead. Now we're gonna find double arm circles. And while we're doing this, we're gonna twist side to side. Drawing that belly in, keeping it nice and tall. And let's continue, but with a windmill. So right arm, then left arm, like we're backwards swimming. For 3, 2, 1. From here, we're going to take a big step back, open up with an arm circle, look at the ceiling, step it forward, and then switch. When we are stepping back, you're going to keep that back foot planted. Again, belly in, eyes overhead. Good. This time, arms up, bend to the side, and finish that arm circle, step it through. Arms up, bend to the side, arm circle, finish through. See that one more on each side. And again, arms up, bend to the side, and circle through. Now let's just keep it dynamic, arm circle as we step back. Trying to open up the hip flexors a little bit here, so as deep of a step as you need to open up that elongated hip. 3, 2, 1. From there, we're going to put our hands on the floor, keeping one foot up. You'll reach up, whichever leg is up, that same arm touches the ceiling, put it down, and then switch sides. Reach up, hold for a couple seconds, and switch. Now you can go into your plank to switch, or you can switch from the front. So you could step both feet up and then step it back. Just keep it nice and steady. Whatever side you're on, let's pause. Reach up and back, arm circle on this side. Oops. Good, and switch legs. Technical error, and arm circle back on that side. Good. Bring both feet up. Bring those hips nice and high to the ceiling and step it back into a down dog. In that down dog, keep your legs long, elbows long, but nothing is locked out. And you're going to reach across. One hand touches the opposite foot, shin, knee, thigh, whatever you can reach. And try to look through the armpit. Good. Shift to your plank just for a second. Give those shoulders a little break and shift it back again. Plank, shift back and touch. Plank, shift back and touch. Plank, shift back and touch. Good. We're here for a few more seconds and we're going to lower all the way down to our bellies. In 3, 2, 1. Go ahead, take your time. Lower down to your belly. From there, keep your hands beneath your shoulders. Open up the chest and lift using your back and drawing those elbows together behind you. So if you can see a little bit more at an angle here, we're going to lift up and draw those shoulders back. Go ahead, lower down. Take a deep breath. Lift up again. Press, press, press. So we are engaging the back as well as pushing the floor. Lift up. Try to go a little bit higher each time. Lower down. Lift up. When you're at the top, I want you to look side to side over each shoulder. Make sure you're keeping your legs grounded. Good. And a few more lifts. 1, 2, and 3. Go ahead, press up to a table, slide your leg through, and bring your feet out directly in front of you. You're going to come again at an angle. Now, instead of rounding our backs and reaching forward, what you typically see, what we're going to do instead is we're going to reach our arms up, lower them down to shoulder height, and then from here, it's like you're reaching directly out in front of you. So you're not going to get too far, depending on your flexibility. This might even be it, right? But think you're serving a plate of food and you're holding it out for somebody to take, so you don't want to dump that food down. So you're keeping it elevated and you're hinging from the hips rather than rounding the spine. So again, you might not get too far. This is it for me, right? I'm not super duper flexible, pretty good mobility, but this is about it. Hold here for about 10 more seconds. Reach a little farther, puff out your chest. For 3, 2, and 1. From there, open up your feet, take a nice V-sit, and we're going to keep, again, chest proud, shoulders back. I want you to just lightly fingertip walk as far as you can, hinging from the hips. Same concept, we're not rounding the back. We're trying to stay nice and tall in the spine. That way, we're getting that stretch to the hamstrings and the glutes rather than just stretching out the back, which isn't even a great way to do it in my personal opinion. Try to walk it a little bit farther out. And now let's walk it side to side. Notice I'm on the tips of my fingers because I want to stay nice and tall. Good. And let's reach side to side. Side to side. All right, this one's a little bit tricky. You're going to bring both feet to one side. So bend your knees. I'm going to bring both of my feet to my left side. Knees are touching the floor. My hands are grabbing the ground behind me. I'm just going to flip my hips over and down the other way. So just some good mobility for the knees and the hips. If you can, if it feels okay, you can sit all the way up. Take it back, sit all the way up. You could even stay on the bottom the whole time without leaning back, right? Or you're just taking it back to your hands and coming up tall. Good. And if you feel comfortable, come up onto those knees, press out that hip, bring it back down, Switch it over. Come up onto those knees, stretch out the hip. Bring it down. Shake it out. You are done. That was 10 minutes of your full body stretch. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next time.